This is your intro.
Robert.
We're playing Uno and the game ain't over yet.
Robert.
I got nothing. Dadgummy ain't even shuffled yet.
Is this your live?
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Or PP Man. So we're playing Uno and
Did he play?
the live stream's not over
Yeah,
yet.
Uno
So
is not
the game's not over yet. But we're gonna be doing some stuff tonight. I've got some things that are super glued together, and Eddie's here, and so is the whole freaking family. So we've been playing cards, but tonight is about making stuff. Alicia, good evening. The current color is blue, and we have a 9.
Eddie.
I got a 9.
Got a 9.
Now the current color is green.
Robbie has green.
All right, so the current color is now yeller. All right, down to 3 cards. And I won like 6 out of 7 games tonight.
Oh.
Hey, I'm working on it.
Now it's green.
So we are talking about making though. So I've been
Uno.
doing. Oh, Eddie might actually end this thing.
Ow! Y'all have
Dad,
cards.
your turn.
Robbie.
Can y'all hear us now? Can y'all hear us now? Sorry, we're the worst live streamers. We are the worst
I can't get
live streamers.
Come on, go again.
We're boom! I lost. All right, so we're in this to win this. Good evening and welcome.
Uno.
Tonight we were going to cast this. So I have been. Yes, I was very close to winning. I was 2 cards, but Joe traded with me a hand because he. Oh, it's not out. In Uno. Hey, Reed, you're here early tonight. Good evening, Reed. Eddie also door dashed because we bougie like that.
Oh my God.
Some Wendy's. The cheapest size.
There's
Next to the
This
junior.
is small.
But
Not cheapest.
we're gonna try to get Eddie in here. Sorry, I
Forgot Eddie was
what's
here.
it been 3 weeks since I streamed? Wendy's does hit for real.
Hey.
You had Captain D's and you finna get Domino's? Totally. What in the world? You live in the life, Alicia. No, not Felicia. But what we're going to do tonight is, here's what I tried to do. And Eddie watched me struggle. Eddie is here, y'all. There's his hand. But everybody else is in the kitchen. So we just, big back life. So we'll get in this thing. But what we're going to do is what's called a lost PLA type cast. And so we're going to cast this in
Uno.
plaster. And that's pretty much all we'll get to tonight. But what happens when you cast in plaster is that you melt the PLA out of the plaster. And then you can pour your molten aluminum or whatever metal you're going to use. In this case, I'm going to use aluminum for this. And, yep, your buddy is definitely here tonight. And so what I've been working on the past couple weeks, and if you look at the thumbnail for the video, the thumbnail is a picture of fire going inside of some plaster. And that is lost PLA. And so I did a 3D print the other day for an auger, and the 3D print turned out great. But what I did is I casted it into the plaster, and then I melted it out. And when I melted it out, I was able to separate the 2 pieces because I did the plaster in 2 pieces, and I'll bring it in a minute. We just do an old Friday night. We all relaxed out here for sure. But we are going to get the plaster out, and we'll mix some plaster up, and we'll show you how we're going to do a lost PLA. It's going to be interesting. And then talk about this project. This project that I've been working on, Josh KO4 Lehman, India. It is wild up in this owls tonight. So I hope that y'all can hear us all right. I am going to give the volume a little bit of gain. I'm sorry for the background noise, but it's straight up party house in here tonight. How's the audio now? Is it too loud, too soft, too crackly? You want to say hey to the folks?
Hi.
Okay, so I turned the volume up. So we usually run with the high-tech GoPro and
Microphone.
the microphone. It's behind us, but tonight we got the view of the Bamboo A1. And speaking of the Bamboo A1, where is my telephone? You see my telephone? I got
salute.
Oh yeah, we've been watching this video. So this is what I showed some of my students today. If you look at the video of the video, hey, what are you doing with this? This is the end of the loop. This has been running on the kitchen table for about 15 minutes. Let me kind of give you a hint, a description of what this project is. I've been working on a recyclement of PLA because in the schoolhouse we go through a heck ton of 3D print material, and the issue is that we use so much PLA that I was like, man, we could recycle this. We could make more PLA. So what you're about to see right here on my awesome little show and tell phone, this over here is a cast aluminum. Hard to see because the screen is so bright, but if I turn it down, it might show up better. That's the volume. Let's see if this looks better. Can you see that now? There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So that is a cast aluminum block that I drilled. It's got a hole in the back, and it kind of looks like a ray gun. And I figured, what if we could cast some aluminum and make an auger and push this old shredded PLA plastic through a tube, heat it up at the other end, melt it, and shoot it through a 1.7 millimeter orifice. Could we make more filament from old filament? And I think it's been close to a year that I've been kicking this idea around. And the other day, this is Thursday afternoon. Thursday afternoon, before school was out, I went ahead and tried one more time to make filament. Yes, I know that we're showing a video on a phone, but if you'll watch in just a moment, you're going to see some oozage.
So you're
Now,
PP said they're missing every other word.
if you're missing every other word, then that probably means that the audio is either clipping or it's because people in the background are being too loud. And that is probably the case. But if you notice, what in the world? Now, again, I'm having to turn this by hand. Hey,
Hey,
Dom,
Dom.
good evening.
We're trying to talk all nice.
The PLA actually did melt together and eke out. So I've made a success. Hey, Dean, KQ4ADJ, I know that you wanted to get together. Maybe this summer we could have a Middle Georgia get-together and actually do some radio modifications.
So you're
That
like,
sounds dangerous.
It is.
Dad, are you like recycling old stuff? Like you're recycling, but 3D printed stuff.
Yeah, so you can see me pulling it off right there. This is Oliver. Come around and say hey to folks. Don't be scared. You're part of the live stream tonight.
Hi.
Hey, Chris. Whiskey Zero, Charlie Golf Charlie. So this is Oliver right here, and he just asked, "Are you recycling?" Ask the question again.
Are you recycling, but like through filament and stuff, like 3D printing.
Yeah,
material.
so if I print something in 3D, or my students print something in 3D, and it fails, it turns into garbage. So what we're trying to do is turn it back into something that actually can be reprinted again.
Throw it in the recycling bin.
I've thought about
And
it.
then,
What is that?
and then they,
Frosted.
That looks disgusting.
and then they recycle that into another can.
It's okay. I called you another. I thought that was orange soda. It's got a whole bunch of Wendy's stickers on it. Good afternoon, y'all. VE6LK. It's the other way around tonight. Hey, Vince. Ham smarter. Eddie's over here drinking some nasty orange soda from a freaking Wendy's cup. But what we're gonna do is we will first. All right, so I'm getting all kinds of texts, but we'll first say hey to all the channel members out there. And Eddie is not a channel member, but I will tell you that Eddie has supported me pretty much from the beginning, and I appreciate that, Edward. KO4NLL, thank you so much. But we're going to go kind of in the reverse order of the age of channel members and just talk about how awesome these folks are too. We couldn't do this without viewers, but I definitely do want to say that Toby Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta has supported both of us at some point in time with some epic what's the word, support, great support. She has tried to come down here twice, and natural disasters have stopped it twice. So maybe this will be the year. But Toby, thank you so much for being a W1RCP channel member. Appreciate that. WD4DAN is probably not in here. He's been sending us messages online. Hey there, Dan. Good evening.
He's eating steak tonight.
He's probably in the middle of cooking steak. But see, by 9, usually we've already eaten. Claude Ray. AC4SH. Now, he was activating earlier, but I was driving and the noise was too loud. But GeorgiaParks.org. We will take a look at that before the end of this. So there will be some amateur radio stuff involved. But tonight we are going to cast. Our goal is to cast a gear. I need to get this printed. I need to get the aluminum poured for this. Notice it's 3 different colors too. Yellow I printed tonight. Orange was printed like a month ago. And this was printed about 2 weeks ago. The problem is the gear that I had that looked like this destroyed itself. And that's why when you saw the filament coming out of the filament recycle project, it has definitely, it's had its ups and downs. But I had to turn it by hand with a pair of pliers. The gear that I printed was all plastic. It was a plastic gearbox. It was external. But it totally just rounded itself out on the auger itself. And so it quit working. Let's see. So
Let me see the new.
You want to see the new one? I should have brought it all home with me. We super glued it together about an hour and a half ago. And it is definitely ready. I tried to do a sand casting. We were going to do that while we were cooking steaks tonight. But my sand was not sticking together very well around the top edges. So I said, you know what? I'm not even going to try to pour in this because I know it's not going to turn out right. Dale Henninger, Whiskey Zero, Delta Hotel Zulu. Good evening, Dale Henninger. Thank you for being a channel member. Josh, Kilo 4 Lima, India. Probably one of the other bigger online supporters and members. Thank you, Josh, for being a member. And thank you for all the super chats over the last 6 or 8 months. You modeling that thing? Eddie's doing a good job over there. It kind of looks like, it kind of reminds me of Petty Force. The way that it's different colors and because we're not using a very high tech camera tonight, colors are a little soft. Mike,
chromatic aberration.
apparition, like a ghost.
Aberration for the colors are not sharp on the edges.
Mhm. Yep, a scrub daddy for a sec. I don't know what a scrub daddy is. Is that a... Oh, that's... Oh, the scrub daddy. Yeah, like you would clean the shower. I should have invented that, and then I would be a millionaire. Michael. Kilo
I should
Echo
have
4...
invented my pillow.
That guy's weird. I'm just saying.
Either way,
He said either way, he's rich. Michael, Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for being a channel member. And the last one is the newest one. Lansing has been in there 25 days. So we still haven't figured out who Lansing is. I know I owe Michael a prize from a couple weeks ago, or the stickers, shall I say. I do have a picture in here.
I saw you give somebody a magnet the other day.
Yes, I did deliver. I hand delivered a magnet. I have not shipped. I'm trying to get back to that point in time when we did the last live stream. It was 3 weeks ago. Give me just a second. I know this.
It doesn't feel like that long ago.
This is, well, it's probably been 2 weeks, but it's definitely been 3 weeks because we had the meetup, and then
He wants you to come climb his tower. He gave you $2.
I got the lift from my guy wires from my tower. Well,
Well,
no,
you got a lift?
he got a lift, so he doesn't need me
I
to
was going
climb
to
the
get Robbie to
tower
climb
anymore.
it for you.
Okay. So Dean KQ4ADJ. Also, well, dang, you're in Middle Georgia. I should have sent it with.
Wait, are you in XO's club? If you're not, you're missing out.
Maybe I should have sent it that way. Because I took a picture. Dean, KQ4ADJ, I believe I owe you a... It wobbles, baby, it wobbles.
His tower. It's on a tilt-over base, so he said it's a little...
Heck yes.
It does the Trump dance.
Yep, so KQ4ADJ definitely guessed it first last week. And then AE4XO said, send it to Dean and somebody else. I think I owe somebody else. No, I think that's it. So, you understand nothing about this stuff. Well, hey, it's all good. This is actually a pretty easy project. Before we actually can pour the metal, you have to have a form to pour the metal into. And I know it's loud as crap over there, so I'm trying to overtalk them. I'm sorry if it's not working, but bear with me. Let's go to, bear with me. I'm going to show you one thing. Eddie's entertaining the SOGB. SOGB.
Don't retract your message.
Nope.
You can talk.
Never
you can tell our fan
retract.
club they're sogbus.
Oh, he says the signal to noise ratio is fine. I'm actually going to pull up a window capture, and I'm going to show y'all how I designed the stuff. So this might be, seriously, it's not going to let me show y'all this. I cannot believe this.
You're a great engineer, Robbie.
We will just do display capture, and things will look crazy for just a second. Hey, POTA Boy, Kilo Delta 8 Lima Hotel Radio. Thank you for dropping into a live. Even if this live is not...
The lives are not always excellent.
No, the live, sometimes we do stuff like what I'm about to do to you right now. But thank you for dropping into the live just to say thanks for the extra videos. I appreciate it. And Crinkle. Okay. We may never get to pouring this plaster back here, but...
Wait, we were pouring it for him, right?
No. This gear is the gear. I do have something. Y'all, Crinkle is in the house. Sorry, but you're about to see doubles, triples. This is the screen. Now, I sure hope that this works. So tell me, can you see Fusion right now? I think you can. So Crinkle won an award. Now this is what I'm working on right here. And there is a torque system that I designed for this particular auger. And this is what it looks like. So it is upside down.
Upside down.
It's upside down. This is what I drew in Fusion. One more turn and I think we'll have it oriented in the correct direction. But this is where the motor goes into. This is your output from the motor. It goes to this big wheel.
Is that a technical word?
No, it's not the big wheel.
The big wheel?
It's actually called a spur gear.
Or cog?
It could be a cog. I think that this is the cog in the actual gear. So then we have, this is a combination gear. There's two gears. There's another spur gear right here to step it down to another 8. And this increases the torque. So it's 8 to 30, which gives us about, 8 will go into 30 about 3.7 times. So we're getting right close to 15 times the torque from this motor. This is the gear that I need. So you can see that it was once in the shape of a D-sized axle. The problem is there's so much torque that it actually rounded off the rest of it and then just didn't work. So this is what we need to print. I didn't have time to print a whole one, so I just took some gears that I already had, glued them together to make sure that I get enough gear, and then I will use a lathe to make it happen. So we see, smack that thumbs up button, folks.
Yes.
Let's see, KDALHR said, just got done with a live at the park. It was good. Bruh.
Oh.
So I'm going to take a picture. I know you can't see what we're doing, but I'm going to go look you up and check that out.
I'll say we need to ham alert that if you're going to get live.
Heck yes, we need to ham alert that. All right, so back to reality. Oop, there goes. Okay, so this is what we need to make. But
sounded like you're supposed to do M&M.
I was about to, but you have to be real careful with what you do.
I felt it.
Okay. So I didn't quite save this in the right place. So we're going to go to my recent data. Data. That's another word you can fight about.
Linear.
Yep. Here it is. Crinkle, Kanan, you thought I was joking. I was not joking. I have started.
Oh, you should put APD in here.
Should I?
Yeah.
So you think I need A, P, and the D right below it?
A big D.
This is a kid friendly. I'll be getting back. I'll be back in a little while. What time you put? 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. That's when we'll. Yes, that's when we'll be scramming. So this right here needs APD. So here's what's great about Fusion. Most of everything that you do actually doesn't start off as a shape. It starts off as a sketch. So you really have to know your designs in 2D. But they have improved in the... Dadgummit. They have improved in the last... Dadgummit, Bobby. We're selling propane and propane accessories. So they've gotten better with their text. It is not the best, but it is definitely getting there. So we got A, now, periods, no periods.
No,
just
no.
A, P, D.
Increase that font.
Increase or decrease?
Increase the D.
I don't like where it is. Wait, center. Center. APD. Now, what about... See, these are some of the things that they don't have. It would be nice if this was a little bit higher.
Oh, you can't do that? That's what I was thinking.
We can do 2. So we'll take the D out. All right, so let's see. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go and see if we can move it up just a little bit. So, yes, we can. Oh, it's doing crazy stuff.
Oh, moving there.
I don't exactly know.
Let's just have to be APD. That's fine.
No, we gonna fix it. So this is how we do our designs. It might be the fact that it was centered and centered. So let's find out. Sometimes things do weird things.
Oh,
Nope, it's still doing it.
I thought I'd let you free escape it right there. It's pretty close. Oh.
Okay, so I just got done talking about how they made text so much better, and yet they did not. Text is still something that needs some assistance. So we'll go ahead and put that in the center up there. That looks good. Now go create the D, and we will put that approximately right there at the center.
Oh, yeah. I ain't bad.
So sometimes you got to think about, how are you going to make something? And, see, we got 7.275.
Who's there?
It's Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie. That's why he's not in the live stream. So if y'all bear with us a minute, we're going to hunt somebody from the hizzle. Let's see if we can hear him first, because sometimes I can't hear him here. Nope, got nothing.
Full attention back to you guys.
Yep. All right, so then we'll click Finish Sketch. Maybe we need to put a camera on top of this. So PC cam. Hang on a minute. I know this is crazy. Where is everything? Window capture. Down, down, down.
Down, down, down.
Down. Nope. It just doesn't. It says no dog.
Yeah,
well, hey, you know what? This will go on the mantelpiece. Yes, it will. Have to watch videos to figure out stuff. The PC cam won't show up over this junk. It's like, no, I hate you. All right, so then we go to sketches, and we need to view sketches because I just opened them. And we're going to create an emboss.
You should have made it a cup.
You should have made it a cup. Yep. So the face that we're going to emboss this upon is going to be that face, and we're going to poke it out. I might need to go 4 millimeters just for. Oh wow, 40 millimeters would be boss hog.
That'd be a grenade.
That would be a grenade. All right, so there is your APD award right there.
God, yes.
Now, what I'm going to do is when I cast this, it's going to be a lost PLA casting. So I'm going to cast it, and then I'm going to melt all of this plastic. It may not turn out the greatest because this is going to take quite a bit of aluminum, and it may take 2 casts. But I was legit going to make you this award, or I am legit going to make you this award, and it is going to be super epical. This is the You Got the Popo to Kick You Out of the Park award. So then I save it. And then what happens is I go File, 3D Print, and I select the object, and then I go OK, and then I save it. Centennial Popo Award, V4.
Just the print?
Not right now. I don't have my PLA loaded.
Oh.
But we're about to mix some cast plaster.
Plaster caster?
Also, I have this whole thing I need to focus on.
A frosty.
All right, next question. Can you see bamboo loading? The bamboo lab. We're going to cancel and cancel for now. And we're going to create a new project. I'm going to switch back real quick. Oh, they can see bamboo.
Oh.
I can see it in the preview of the window. I wonder who's getting to get it next year.
No, he's waiting to get it. He's waiting for that to be his last part. And he's going to get 9 contacts and get kicked out.
Oh, that would suck.
I would tell the Popo, hey, wait just a minute.
Like, hold up, wait a minute. We about to put a contact in it.
Good one.
Heck yeah. So I'm going to hit, Chris. I forgot to say, Chris, thank you for the super chat, my guy.
My God.
So then we go Centennial Popo Award V4. Yes, sir.
Oh, did you see his video today? He featured me in it.
Well, you got featured?
I got
I
featured.
have not been on YouTube today at all, which is sad. I listened to
When
a
I
pod.
think myself is going to be on YouTube, I'll watch.
Well, you need to go back and watch this tomorrow, and you'll be like, I said that.
I do that.
I'll be like, you're drinking orange soda, bro.
And
But
it's
that-
it's crush.
That is the only thing left to do is I will have something right here with something. Dude, what would be cool is to drill a hole through it and do an LED that lights it up and put some like polycarbonate or something in the back right there that says you got kicked out by the popo. But that is going to be epic, and that is going to be cast in probably this.
I could bring you a bunch of brass. You could do a brass.
Oh my God, that would be expensive.
No,
I think I already casted this in aluminum, so I can kind of find out if you go to properties. This is going to take 330 grams of aluminum.
How much is that?
A little over three-quarters of a pound, 12 ounces.
That's at least 20 legs of walkers.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
10?
Maybe 15 legs.
15 walker legs.
So what
You
he's
feel
talking,
special.
what Eddie's talking about is that I'm actually November 4 Charlie Whiskey Bravo actually brought me aluminum old people walker legs from the Walkers. You know, like listen here, honey, when I was a child, we didn't talk to our parents.
Tennis balls on the legs.
Yes,
and
with
everything.
tennis balls on the legs. But the issue is when they got wheels put on them, he just kept the aluminum legs. And he brought me like literally 200 pounds of these things. Pretty close estimate, right, Eddie?
They're overflowing.
Let's bring us back to the Commander for just a minute. 36 boxes of beer cans. Yeah, that would be. Hey, X-Bones, welcome back. So, legit, Craig brought in his truck. He went to a park, he activated, and then he dropped by here and kicked all these things out. And just like November Charlie 4 X-Ray Lima said earlier in a private chat, he said, look, a wind chime fact, you have no freaking idea how loud those things were coming out of the back of Craig's truck with a camper top. An hour's worth was deafening for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of walker legs out there.
And oxygen regen thingies that are just like these not even eggshell, they're almost like conch shell shape. That fit together and they regenerate oxygen through them. Well, he kept those too once they went bad. He brought me all this stuff and some siding or something to like edging of doors and windows. And I've just been melting it down every couple of days. I've been out in the garage after my afternoon nap. And I've been knocking out some melts. And it has been absolutely superb. I should bring in some show and tell too, since we're talking about making stuff.
Some ingots. Let me
Beautiful.
go get some for you?
You want to go get them?
A couple of donuts.
Yeah, and there's a it's near. Okay, I'm sending Eddie. This is me sending Eddie out there. Good luck with him following these directions. But there's the pan, and there is a muffin pan or like a cake pan, like a bread pan. I need that bread pan. That's what we're gonna cast.
in it?
No, not the one on the floor. There's one up on an aluminum pan.
Okay.
We're gonna see what he comes back with. Who knows? But he's gonna go get us some ingots so I can show you the muffins. What was funny was I made some copper ingots one night out of some recycled copper, and I brought them in after they cooled off, and the dog decided, I'm going to grab one of these excellent muffins straight out of his hand. That dog grabbed that 3-pound muffin and dropped it. She ain't messed with a muffin since.
What's this for?
Yeah, y'all are noisy. Goodness gracious. Yeah, we just got done with dinner and eating dessert. This is dessert. Plus, I got some cake over there, and I ate some popcorn on the way home from work today. And I didn't get a nap. So what y'all been up to? You know, we just had the Georgia State Parks on the Air contest. I do want to mention that while Eddie's out there grabbing stuff out of the garage. Georgia State Parks on the Air had a contest this weekend. Have y'all checked the scores yet? Does anybody know how to check the scores yet? I'm going to show you. This is an aside. We do have to cast this so I can melt it later and I'll turn it into a YouTube short. But we're going to get the web going here. So give me just a minute to pull this up.
Oliver, the moon and the sun are playing dead.
How did you lose the club category? Yep, that's the one. And we need some Walmart baggage.
Whoa. Where do I find that?
Right there in that there we go. From tonight. Bam, did you see that? Okay, y'all lost the club category. I wasn't supposed to win.
That WX club one I picked.
Let's go. GeorgiaParks.org. Let's go ahead and bring this up on. All right, so audio.
I won probably.
We were first. Daggum. All right, so this is GeorgiaParks.org. If you want to go check this out, if you don't know, I'm actually going to reveal something quite secret that I would prefer not many people go to, but you know what? I can't stop you. If you go to rules and register, because this contest is over. I did put this on the front page for folks that couldn't find it.
I ain't gonna lie, Robert, it was hard to find.
It's not that hard to find. You go to rules and register, and you go to activator tools.
Yeah, but it was hard.
Oh, well. Most people struggled with it, so it is what it is. But you can go to activator log submissions. I fixed everything. So when you upload your log to this, for those of you that participated, boom, there you go. But under admin, you can get activator scores. This doesn't tax the system as bad as getting hunter scores. But as it stands right now, single op, single part QRP, Whiskey Charlie 4 Yankee, single part, made 74 QSOs with a score of 204. 50 of those points was repeat offender. And they got 16 unique parks. Now, something makes me think that KO4WFP and KO4KVG most likely either didn't get any parks, which if you have 56 QSOs, you should have at least got one. But these counted for 5 points each for each unique park, up to 52.
Now you had to log them that way, right?
That's what I was going to get at. Is you had to log them in your log, or they
because I probably had more than what I showed, but I'm not a big. I don't care that much about putting the parts in my log.
Well, POTA, Parks on the Air website, POTA.app, will match them. Mine will not. Mine is on the honor system. So if you log it, you get it. If you don't log it, you don't get it. So, I mean, there's a catch-22 involved. But I do want to say that KO4, GBB.
Golf, bravo.
Mo hit this one out of the park. Now, Mo, I'm just going to put this out in the open, and you may never see it. But Mo, you don't need to be talking about bonuses now. Mo is talking about bonuses this whole time. Yet, you don't need a bonus when you're killing it. Like, if you went to 20 parks, really, Mo, your bonus is that every park that you go to is multiplying your score by another one, and you get the contacts too from that park.
Contacts again.
Mm-hmm. It's all built in, and so you know, he did mention some good things to me.
Here for spoon.
I'm sorry that my spoon in my Frosty is louder than I am. Bruh, we need enough money to get us a daggum studio.
Mm-hmm.
Cause there's some other things. Castor Troy, I don't know who that is.
Only about another 100,000 subscribers, and we could do that.
Yeah, that's it. Just
hey, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe.
Everybody in there, I'm pretty sure is a subscriber. Are we gonna pass it on, Crinkle? Are we going to pass this award upon the next person of who gets kicked out of the park? But check it out. So Mo seriously was like, you know, I should get more for this work. I mean, he did travel like 3 hours on Sunday, though, to go to one park. But look at this. Like, I know that we were itching to get some of the parks that he went to, but he had 600 QSOs. Bro. Oh, thank God. KO4IZK. KO4IZK, thank you so much for, thank you. I wasn't supposed to win, but I was not QRP. And I only made 600.
Where'd I come in there?
Oh, bruh, you're going to have to scroll a little bit more.
Go down and let's see.
All right, so single lot multi-park QRP. It looks like Mo is going to be pretty close to first, but hey, I'm not mad about this. I'm one of the organizers of the event. I'm not supposed to be winning. But KO4IZK and N4 Turd, it's funny. I parked to park him.
Turd.
Actually, it wasn't him. It was AC4SH. I said, hey, Claude, I got you about a 2 and 5. 2 and 5. 2 meaning that he was really hard to understand, and a 5 meaning his signal was way up there. If you get a 2-5, that means their noise sucks. But I said, Claude, I can barely hear you, but I got you. I knew what park he was at. I just wanted him one more time in the log because I was wrapping up. I was almost having to leave. But then he had a second operator. It just happened to be Max.
Turd.
And I was like, I cannot pull this call sign out. You know, I'm chatting on the radio. Finally, he says, turd. Turd. And I went, oh, duh. I just didn't piece it together. So these are the preliminary scores. Let's scroll down to...
I'm not even on the board.
Where is KO4NLL?
I'm higher than that. I was multi-part.
You were a single lot multi-park. You did 2 parks. There's Eddie.
Woohoo!
Number 13. Woo-hoo!
In the hole. They told me not to win too.
What? Did they really?
No.
That's pretty good. I'm not going to talk much about that, but I do want to say 84XT, holy crap, you killed it. Good freaking job. Clubs. So, Whiskey for Romeo was WR4MG. Yep, you took third place.
They won, though, because they saw me.
They saw you?
Yep.
Because you were roving?
I went and visited them.
Heck yeah. See, that's what it's all about, really.
Then they informed me of a Guns N' Roses tribute band, and we went and watched them.
That's one way to do it. So, these are the preliminary scores, but black screen of death. Let's go to a place where you really shouldn't be.
The dark web?
Sisterhood of the Traveling APD Award. Yes, sir, Crinkle. That is awesome. They smoked cigars and ate burgers. That's the way to do it, man. I mean, do I get the hiking bonus for taking MARTA? You should get your freaking money back, dude, is what you really should get. That sucks.
Should get an award for surviving.
Hey, at least you took MARTA instead of staying at the hotel and getting kicked out, which was my case.
You got kicked out of the hotel?
No, thank God. Oh, no, what just happened? So, getting kicked out and then having to walk back into your hotel and tell your one of your supervisors that I just got in trouble by the police and got told to leave the park, and the boys are still down there. Can you go get them? No, I rounded the boys up beforehand. I didn't have to tell them myself. I said, guys, let's go. So I packed my radio up and left. I won't tell you where we went, but they like owls. All right, get hunter scores. Really, this is supposed to be password protected because this does tax the system when you click this. Eventually, I'll get there. Oh, I might have killed the internet. Here we go. All right, so anybody that uploads an activator log is removed from the hunters list. That is because I love programming. Now you can go to this site right here. Yes, I patted myself on the back. GeorgiaParks.org, gas POTA, contest files, and hunterscores.htm. Now, I texted Dan the other day. Did you know that in-state hunter scores are only people that have registered?
Oh.
Everybody else gets lumped in out-of-state hunters. So, the reason that these 21 people are here is because these are actual registered in-state hunters. That is a big deal.
If you want to win.
Ooh, Casey, good evening. We try to keep the language queen, but I ain't hurting you. Casey, good evening. And yeah, smashing a burger would be really good right now. We had steak
or
tonight.
That like button.
Or the like button. Oh, good call. Yeah. The like button is great. Becoming a member is great. If you want to become a member of the channel, you get some perks and first timers. Perks, parks, and stickers for first time, no matter what level. As long as you stay hooked up for a little while. But check this out. These in-state hunters had to register to be a hunter. That's 21 people. But I texted Dan the other day because he didn't know that. He was in the out-of-state hunter.
Did he win that?
Yeah, of course. Dan has a score of 2760. He has both special parks, which next year, Stone Mountain might just be a regular park because it's so easy to activate. The first year, though, 97.99 was the bomb.com. But he has 80 QSOs in 32 parks. That is fantastic. Like, you have to be at the radio a long time to be able to get that. 80 QSOs. But I'm worried about the guy that won last year. Like, why is he not in this list? But look who's it. Woo! Language! Oh, my dear God. And we're back. Okay, so the FT8 rule is silly. In fact, I think it's probably one of the unenforced rules. Good evening, KH6 Kiwi. It is there. We were worried about people cheating. But I don't think that there's really been an issue with that. And yes, we absolutely agree, and that is an issue with me not explaining further. One of those things during our meetings. There is a program that will run the whole dang thing for you, including not stopping the text. But yeah, we definitely agree with you there. Yeah, and it's manual interaction for sure. So, we agree. It's not one of those enforceable rules right now. I mean, there's no way for us to know. Heck, I played Uno while I played FT8, but I had to sit there and click, 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 and I was torn. I'll post the video in about a week. It's just a lot to edit. I have like 6 hours of video from that particular interaction. But hey, check out these hunters real quick. Kilo 8 November India Victor is one of our guys. Yeah, John kicked tail. Eric, I do want to say KH6WI, thank you so much for the comments. We do welcome comments. You can send those comments to gaparks.org. So that's info@gaparks.org. We also have an open groups.io for Georgia Parks on the Air. We welcome comments. If you don't like something, we'll hear it out. I've actually heard quite a few great suggestions over the last week or so. The issue here is that most of these folks probably didn't. I know for a fact that I don't think I worked Dan on FT8 or FT4 at all. In fact, I don't know many of these people that are at the top of this list that actually work digital at all. I don't recognize any of these calls. But here's what's great. Whiskey 1, India November Echo is just in Florida. So she did fantastic for just being in Florida, but she also activated Parks. And Craig is the one that sent me all of the metal that I've been making. So November 3, Ford Motor Company, he hunts the heck out of us. Scott is a Georgia hunter. You need to register, Scott.
Yeah, you need to change your spot.
But you can tell the people that say not registered are not registered. The people here, you'll get your rewards. So check that out. So if you see not registered, all of these people are probably... They probably don't even know that they're on this list, to be honest with you. They're just POTA hunters. But definitely Toby knew, Chris knew, the Keg Man ought to know. But these are all people that are out there. So we'll put the word out. Before we do awards, we'll try to get your information. Why is Ken? Ken didn't submit his log yet.
And he's
Unless he... But I logged his call sign. Whiskey 4 Tango hasn't submitted an award. There are people that haven't submitted their logs yet. So there's a few people on this list that activated parks that probably need to be on that list. So we'll check back.
The thing is, though, you just see who the hardcore POTA hunters are because they're not registered. They weren't interested in the contest, but they worked the heck out of these Georgia parks.
Absolutely. They probably didn't even, we're growing as a Georgia State Parks on the air. We're definitely growing, and it's going to be a minute.
Gray Man, you did not win a new Bronco or a Jeep or anything like that, but you won a thumbs up. Where's my thumb at?
There's my thumb right there. So, let's get back to making things.
Maker.
These are the ingots. They are muffins. And imagine copper. Aluminum is really light. If this was made out of copper, like you would have the elbow pain from picking this up. So we've got different size. Ooh, they sound great too. Listen to that. Hold on.
Clack.
Let's clack them in order of size. You got clack number 1. Clack number 2.
Ooh.
That is solid aluminum. That's about a pound's worth right there.
Would you say a pound?
3. If I had a scale, we could measure these out. But they are fun to hold in and of themselves. This is fresh, beautiful. Do you want to build a snowman?
No, that's Walker leg.
These are leg walkers. So here's how we do this. I want this gear to be printed, or to be, it's already printed and super glued together, but I want this gear to be in the pan, in the bottom like this, and I'm going to cover it in its entirety in Natty Light cans.
A bunch. You did some cans, right?
I did some cans. They're out there, and it took a freaking ton. We're talking like maybe 100 cans to get something that's useful.
To get a can, ingot.
Literally 100 drunks worth of cans. A lot. It's not worth the gas that you spray into the thing to actually make these. So, if you've got something more substantial than a can, that's the way to go. Cans have plastic liners and paint and stuff like that on them. So
what he's saying is they're dirty.
They are dirty.
Dirty.
But I got to get behind Eddie here.
Whoa, let me move.
So, can't pick it up with that elbow. That elbow's busted.
He has what we call sore elbow.
It's probably tennis elbow.
Wait, have you had it for over a month?
Yes.
Okay, me too.
Mine's been
Since you were 40?
2 months.
Oh.
No, I lost finger in my. I lost finger. I lost feeling in these 2 fingers, and I have for 2 months. And the doctor said just wait it out. I buy.
That's what Google told me.
Plaster of Paris by the 25 pounds because I go through it. And this also goes everywhere. This is not really something you want to do inside the house. All right, so we're going to move this off to the side. And now, here's some more things that you don't do. I'm going to get a mixing bowl.
From your wife's kitchen?
Yep. I'm going to fill this about 3/4 of the way, and then we're going to have some leftovers. And I do not have anything extra to cast this evening in leftover filament. I mean, leftover, what's this stuff called?
Plaster?
Plaster. God, I couldn't think of it. All right, so I'm going to fill this with water to get our measuring point. No, I'm not. I'll just eyeball it.
He's going to eyeball it, guys.
He's going to eyeball it.
What was that?
This is just regular old tape.
Masking tape.
Masking tape, yes. And the only reason I'm doing this, you could use
Painter's tape?
it's the wrong arm, Great Aunt POTA. Tim, it's the wrong arm. Sorry, I'm right-handed. It's my left arm that's messed up. It's right in here.
You know what's weird? I'm left-handed and my right arm's messed up.
What is that?
I don't know.
Anyways, we're going to take this and we're going to just center it right there. That's not centered.
Close enough.
Yep. And that's where we're going to pour it. We're going to just cover this whole thing with plaster. And once it has hardened or cured, then we're going to take that back out. The first thing you do, if you want to get this out, is put a liner. This
is a high-tech liner.
This is. Let's reuse and recycle. So I'm reusing the bag. And I'm putting the bag in the bottom of my aluminum muffin tin.
That's a bread pan.
Bread pan, whatever it's called. Then you put this down in the bottom. So, you know, if you wanted to make something for amateur radio, that's cool. That's the way you do it. You can go design it, 3D print it, bam. It appears in your house.
Bing, bang, boom.
Bing, bang, boom. And I also keep
screws.
A whole pack of M3 nuts, screws, washers, the deal. So that if I want hinges for the caboodle, or, you know, I need to fasten something together. You know, if your wife tells you, it's time for you to clean the kitchen table, I go, great, give me 12 hours. And then you print out your very own Apache case with your call sign on it. Yeah, your sandwich is coming to eat you. But, you know, that's where I keep my I'm over 40 survival kit. Pills and lots of pills.
I'm just impressed that the latches work.
Well, everybody's like, what is wrong with Eddie tonight? Y'all look at this.
No, he printed a freaking case, guys. This is no small task. I'm not kidding. These things work. Takes that.
Absolutely.
We didn't go to Harbor Freight 5 minutes down the road. We went to 3D printer 12 hours later and we got us a case.
Hey, I spent no gas driving to town. That is for sure.
But impressed, yes, absolutely.
All right, so tell him what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's getting a measuring cup full of water now to mix up his plaster of Paris because we're going to France.
Plaster of Paris.
Of Paris.
Paris.
Probably have some.
This is my measuring cup. It's just a big A bowl.
This is what he fixes his dog water in, but we're gonna make plaster in it tonight.
Nope. I use the real stuff that we cook with around here.
You have 1 quart of water.
Exactly.
Pretty close.
All right, great.
I'm doing estimations here.
Now, if you use, you know what they say, if it is only, oh, we already read that.
We read that
we
already.
already absconded him. Wait, no, absconded is when you steal something, isn't it?
We're not stealing nothing on this channel.
No. All right, so we are going to marvel.
He's fixing to get dust in my frosty.
Yeah, move your frosty over. Listen, this stuff gets everywhere. But also, if you use cold water, it doesn't set as fast. But this is going to take pretty much. Thank you, Eddie, for wafting. Wafted on.
Is
the
there a
wall.
real ratio, or you just do it to us right?
There, I think it's like 2 to 1.
It's like making biscuits.
Pretty much.
You just do it to us right.
Rice, just pray. But it just disappears in here, y'all. It's just disappearing.
Just powder.
It's just powder. That's a freaking weird movie too. But I heard that guy was like weird too.
That's real old, sir.
Bruh. Nobody knows about the movie Powder.
Yeah, if you're over 40. It did come on HBO when you were a kid.
I went to see it in the theater.
Powder?
Yeah.
You're older than I am.
I am by a couple years. All right, so, $25 for 25 pounds. I wish the stuff was a little cheaper. But if you go to Hobby Lobby, it'll really cost you out the wing area.
This looks like a bag from Home Depot.
Either Home Depot or Lowe's. I had to use that military discount.
Mm-hmm. Just precaution.
Alicia is back, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I mean, this literally just dissolves in this water. It's the craziest thing.
You got a fork.
I mix it with a fork so that I can smush some of the bigger parts out of it.
That's not smoke, people. It's just plaster of Paris.
But here's the deal. I get it to a fairly thick consistency. If you do not get it to a fairly batter-like consistency, 4 slices, you're such a small person. If you don't get it to the right consistency, it does not do very well.
You're going to need more powder.
Oh, absolutely. But you got to get the lumps out first. You do not want lumpy pancake batter, but you also don't want to mix a bunch of air in it.
We need a whisk.
No, because you whip air into it.
Oh, you don't want air?
You do not want air bubbles in it. What turtle?
Turtle. What turtle?
I haven't printed any turtles out yet.
You need one? Oh, I wish I knew where it was because I love that thing.
Yeah, we don't know where the turtle is.
What about that little...
I have not seen the turtle.
That warrior turtle was awesome.
Oh, see how it's getting thicker now?
That quick?
Especially in that corner. But you see how I've got lumps in there? Man, I wish I had another camera to show y'all this.
Hold on.
But it don't work that way unless you video and then hold it to the screen. Lumps. All right, so Eddie is going to replay a video. We're so high tech, y'all. Look at this restream. See the lumps? Man, Eddie's got my back. He is like the best sidekick. Although we're like sidekicks to each other. If I'm out, folks go, "Hey, is Eddie with you?" I'll be like, "Not this time." And then Eddie's out, and they're like, "Is Robbie coming?" I have not activated in a long time the Dover Pitcher Plant ball with you.
Had to kick your name off of there if you do.
I know, right? I should go out there about every 9 days just to tee you off.
It would work.
So I'm working the lumps out. Yes, this is plaster of Paris. And the beauty of plaster of Paris is it gets everywhere. But see how it's starting to kind of form some peaks?
Very putty-like.
It,
or at least looking.
It smells like a new house, bro. It smells like a brand new garage.
I get it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it smells like a brand new garage.
Sheetrock mud.
Yep, sheetrock mud. This is, you can only use this in such a small amount of time. Sidekick Eddie is smoking POTA. He's got his own channel, and y'all, he needs 3
subscribers to live stream.
We talked about, and we thought this would be like the most interesting live stream of them all, was for me to live stream from one side of the kitchen, him to live stream from the other, and you would have to stream both streams to get the idea of what's going on. Now, I made way too much of this.
Yeah. And I really don't care about subscribers, so don't
No,
worry.
and you know, honestly,
All 47 of my subscribers, I probably don't know any of them.
it's probably all the same folks that we talk to on a daily basis. And they just know that we're fun kind of people. I mean, like, this is what we do on Friday nights, and we just invite y'all to be right there with us doing the same thing. So POTA Boy says, "What's your channel?" Now,
Tag me in this thing.
oh god. Let's see. Shift at KO. It doesn't work. If you look for
Just look for smoke.
KO4NLL Smoking POTA, you should be able to hunt him down. It will not let me tag me because I'm not using an actual application from YouTube. I'm using, or Google for that matter, I'm using OBS Studio, and that's why every time we start a stream, we either don't have audio or we don't have a picture. Or we're just not streaming at all, which has happened.
Let me see my name.
All right, so
Say
Eddie.
my name. Oh, I can't sing on here.
No, we got to be. So now what we're going to do is. Oh, Eddie's going to show you. KO4NLL Smoking POTA, and it's KO4NLL _ Eddie. At KO4NLL _ Eddie. And you are 2 away from us doing the freakiness.
And if you love seeing chicken, I'll show you some chicken.
Yep. All right, so now we're going to take this.
Oh, this happening.
And we're just going to... Oh, I did it.
It's perfect.
I did it, y'all. It's not going to overflow. I don't... Ooh.
Oh.
There was an inch still in the bottom, just kind of chilling. I just got told that we might have to end this live stream a little bit early, and I might have to finish the rest of this in YouTube Shorts later on. The Shorts really aren't so much about amateur radio as much about me updating you on what I'm doing during that day. It's okay. As long as it can be... Oh, wow.
Look at that. I shook it out.
Hey, that's great.
Oh, it's in my hand.
Now, here's the deal. You do not rinse this on my good shirt. Friday nights, y'all, I'm always in my work garb. I wore this shirt to work today, and I'm a teacher.
Same.
I hang out in the hallway. Eddie is not a teacher. He works in the electrical supply industry. And, I mean, it works out great. Eddie gets off of work early on Fridays, goes and activates a park, and that has been his yearly goal.
Yeah.
Now, here's the issue is, one, do not. You're at 50. You're at 50. Gray Man Tim said you're at 50.
Next week, you wait for the live stream.
It's going to be stupid.
Epic.
And you have to watch both at the same time to understand what the frick is going on. Dude, the timing would be insane.
So, Eric,
If we won't do it.
Mr. Hawaii, even though I think he's moved now or has to move, he's tried sand casting, but not plaster.
Sand casting is great, but I had issues tonight, and so I said, you know what?
Robbie was pounding his sand tonight, and it wouldn't work, so he called an audible. Literally.
Yep.
He was pounding his sand so hard, and he kept trying to pull his little sprocket out, and it never would work.
Nope.
So he's like, all right, we're going to have to do lost PLA and plaster. So.
Yep. So now what I'm doing, I kept saying about the bowl, is do not wash plaster down the sink or the toilet. Don't do it. Because you will chance it collecting and then solidifying in your pipes. You definitely do not want to do that. Yep, so what you want to do is get the air out of it as best you can. So I'm going to tap it on the table, and you're going to get to hear this in the microphone, and I'm so sorry. But we're almost done with the live stream tonight, and we've accomplished the one thing that we came here to do. And
what was that?
And that was to get this gear casted so that I can actually hey, but Roto-Rooter may not appreciate it either.
I barely touch it, and I don't even have long fingernails, and I can feel it under
Oh,
my fingernails.
I hate working with this stuff, but I love this stuff because it makes some of the most beautiful casts.
Oh, those little things you showed me earlier, they were nice.
I'm going to go, if y'all stick with us, a few more good minutes. I'm going to go get a few more show and tells.
Couple good minutes.
We are losing some plaster over the edges, but it's perfectly okay. The
Because
bottom,
he put a liner.
I had luck doing lost foam casting, but the lost foam is awesome because it just dis-a-freaking-peers. Challenge coins.
Had a lost phone?
Yeah, so foam. You do foam. Lost PLA is lost PLA. Lost foam, you don't even have to burn the foam out.
Yeah, but where do you get the phone? How do you print the phone?
You don't. I don't. You have to carve it yourself, I think. Hey, Eric, tell us how you do lost foam. Like big things that you can carve is easy.
Put it on Twitter. Put it on Twitter.
I'm gonna give Eddie here for just a minute, and I'm gonna go show you two more.
Speaking of that too,
you should be able to feel the heat coming off of this.
What?
So yeah, school is almost out. It's about to be summer.
There is a desktop CNC.
You can
wait. We can laser burn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Billy. Dr. Bill's getting a visit.
All right, so tell him I'm going out and put this outside. And
Robbie's getting rid of the plaster bowl.
Plaster bowl.
And well, here I am. So just foam board, cutting down foam board. Pretty good. So yeah. Well, I've got a pan of plaster here that Robbie's fooling with. He went outside to do something. Anyway, I grill a lot of chicken. I'm not smoking anything. Chicken. Cheap chicken Sundays. Check out my shorts. Lots of cheap chicken Sundays. Huh. Everybody did that when they were in the 8th grade. Built a volcano out of plaster. Put a little vinegar and
yeah,
whatever you call it, baking soda.
All right, so I'll show you my fail tonight.
Robbie's back.
Some of these might actually work out all right. They're not in 8th grade though. She's 10th grade. All right, so these are QRP emblems for your QRP box to make it a little bit heavier. Foam board, heck yeah. Pink insulation. Now I do have some foam board, but this is one that still has the plastic in it right here. I didn't burn it out. I'm going to try to pour it on this and see what happens. So these say QRP, which means low power in amateur radio. And this one I only the bottom one I only melted out a little bit. So this is just a plaster that I poured over some plastic pieces. And I'm going to pour aluminum into these. This is where I'm going to pour some of the extra aluminum. So even if it doesn't turn out, I can remelt it later. So these will be little QRP ingots. They'll be real tiny. It's very thin. You can see right there. Very, very thin. This will probably explode when 1,000 some odd degree aluminum hits it. But this.
On the other hand.
All right. So real quick in the chat. What shape is this? No, it will not melt through this plaster. This plaster is a great insulator. But do you notice, what do you think I made this in? You probably just saw me pour something into it. So I'm making another auger for the 3D print filament recycle machine. It is a rectangular prism for sure, trapezoid. It was made, look, it's already getting hard. So I made it in the same bread pan that I did before with a plastic bag, but I did this one in 2 parts. So I poured the bottom first. I poured the bottom, and then I put oil on it, cooking oil. I actually did Pam it, and I put some baby powder in the pan, and then I Pammed it again. I had to screw the auger out. And then I screwed the auger back in because I was like, daggone, but I had to clean it out. Then I poured another layer about an hour later. And then I chiseled this part out, and then I burned it out. So I'm going to show y'all this video really quick of me burning it out. This was the picture that you saw on the front page, was the lost PLA casting. It's me actually burning this out of the form. And we got to... That's the hole that we were burning out. So I couldn't get the pieces apart. This auger was stuck in there too good. Like it would not come out. It's all right, Alicia. I appreciate all the talking because it helps the algorithm out.
Go algorithm.
But eventually, I mean, y'all don't need to see that anymore. That was me picking it out. But eventually,
it's ugly.
I just recreated
And
the
it'll
video
work.
on video.
Fits together perfectly.
I melted the plastic. So I melted the plastic and then was able to have a 2-part mold, which was easier to get the plastic out. It is not loose. No, the plastic is solid printed plastic. So like you're not getting it out. It glues itself together literally. I hate it how they say that on some of them YouTubers, but it is literal glue. This stuff right here just compresses against it. So when you have a cast, you have to actually melt it out. Now, most people that do lost PLA are not using fire to get it out. It's actually not good. Josh, Kilo 4, Lima, India. Fire! Fire. So I was in a hurry, so I knew if I got enough heat in there, you could see the smoke coming out the edges. I knew that I would be able to peel it open, and then I just slowly picked the plastic out, and it worked great. So I didn't waste any plaster this time. But as many times as I've carried this around the house, just impressed with how good it turned out. I'm surprised I haven't broke it yet.
You need it again, right?
I have to use it again because now what's going to happen is I'm going to put a clamp together and clamp it. Hey, hello, Boyd. It's supposed to say Boyd.
So I was like,
Oh, I already knew what it said, but you know, Philip.
Philip, you're so funny.
What? You'll still be at the school? Like, give me the summer, Alicia. I'll make the sandwich. Right now, I still don't have the right. I don't have blue. I have to have blue to make your sandwich. Remember about 4 weeks ago?
Cube sandwich or something?
From not Cube, Roblox, I think.
Mm.
So we'll get it. I don't have any blue, and I need the money to buy it. But what's going to happen is we'll clamp it together, sit it like this, and we will pour the aluminum down in there, and it will fill all of those voids in, solidify, and then I will probably have to break it out. So this will get destroyed. I have a graveyard outside where the sand has the water from the roof has kind of washed it away. So I'm replacing it with plaster. Lots and lots of plaster. Plaster, read all about it. Okay. So we've pretty much reached the end.
Wow, that's fast.
Yep.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
I mean, it's already semi-solid at this point. And so now what's going to happen is tomorrow morning when I come in here, I can take this and just lift it right out. And then I'm going to melt. Dadgummit. This stuff stains shirts like a mug, too. It's tough to get out. But at any rate, I want to thank you all for tonight's interesting live stream with me and Eddie. We hang out here.
Yep.
And this is what we do on Friday nights. We're a little more lively if it's just not me sitting with my iPad playing Sudoku, which I have to play about 10 games before I go to bed. And Alicia, you're a star for sure. We appreciate you coming to hang out in the live stream tonight. y'all, my students show up and they and even if they aren't my student, but just somebody that I talk to in the hallway, like Alicia, and she is a special star. So they do like what I do. They like me as a person, and hey, that's who I am. You don't get any. You get what you get. Don't pitch a fit. But hey, Philip, it is okay that you are late. Uh, thank you so much, Alicia. But Philip, we got to get together and activate again. We are you are a mess, we're a mess, and we make a great mess together. Hope you get your log fixed for Georgia Parks on the air. Go back and watch about the middle. We did go over some of the scores. So, oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know if I wanted to be out there for that. Yeah, you shouldn't be telling on folks. But y'all have a great evening. Again, thank you to those that are members of the channel. I appreciate it. Eddie, thank you so much for your support. Eddie and I have been friends about 17 years. Reed, thank you so much for watching tonight. Appreciate you. It's fun to hunt you too, for sure.
Yes, sir.
I need to play radio more. I'm just going to admit it. I need to play radio more, but I've got other things that I do.
try to get Robbie to play POTA every day.
It's tough from where I'm sitting. Hey, but y'all have a great night. 73. See you Monday. We will see y'all again. Thank you so much. It's 10:21, and we are over and out. QRT 10:21.
Deuces, everybody.